And the other potential driver is the first-party title generation. Because in the past, as you all know, we wanted to popularize console. And the title was something, and the first-party title main purpose was to make the hardware or the console popular, right? It is true, right? But there's a synergy to it. So if we have a strong first-party content, not only with our console, but also other platforms like computers, and the first-party can be grown with the multi-platforms, and that can help operating profit to improve. So that's another one that we want to practically work on. I personally think there are opportunities out there for improvement of margin. So I would like to go aggressive on improving our margin performance.
Ken, I'd love to spend a bit more time on your various business lines, because you are, a leader in so many different things. And perhaps if we kick off with gaming and PlayStation, which is, truly an iconic product for you. How do you see the future of gaming?
In short, it will be ubiquitous. Wherever there is computing, users will be able to play their favorite games seamlessly. Gamers will be able to find a place to play in different spaces. While PlayStation will remain our core product, we will expand our gaming experiences to PC, mobile, and cloud.
Are you a gamer?
Well, the reality is I don't have much time to play games on a daily basis now. But I am personally looking forward to playing Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
What's up, Wolves? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. So I got another video prepped for you guys for Monday, so it will be dropping soon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about this particular thing, so we will drop it. But before we get there, we're going to talk about today's topic. So I see this thing going around on Twitter, and this is in regards to PlayStation. And of course, a lot of people are looking at this as a sort of gotcha moment. I already played it at the beginning of the video, so here are my thoughts. First of all, this interview that you guys saw with Kenichiro Yoshida, and mind you, shout out to the person who interviewed him. This was actually on the In Good Company podcast from Nord's Bank Investment Management, and this was actually 3 months ago, ladies and gentlemen. Let me repeat. This interview was 3 months ago. A lot has happened in 3 months, but it's funny. Kenichiro Yoshida flat out told you that they will still push third party. They're going to be pushing what they're doing with PC and everything of that nature. They're still going to be doing this. Now, 3 months ago to now, what has happened since then? Not only has Microsoft opened up their platform to PlayStation in regards to CFDs, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, and so forth, not only has Sony's Hiroki Totoki went out here on an interview and flat out told you that they're going to be 5 times more aggressive with their push to third party than they have ever been before, is a lot to take into account now. Now, I see a lot of people who are reacting to this very, very weird in a sense. Listen, I've got a lot of weird comments. People have been DMing me like, yo, Big Cloud, when did you become a PC elitist? If I was a PC elitist, I think you'd be seeing me farming salt. This is a PlayStation guy. I'm a PlayStation guy. I love the ecosystem of PlayStation. I've always loved the ecosystem of PlayStation. PlayStation has given me nothing but good memories as a gamer. I will always be a PlayStation gamer at heart. I will never abandon PlayStation as a PlayStation gamer. That's what I like to do. But make no mistake about it, with Sony opening up the platform and pushing things, that I absolutely like in terms of power and whatnot, right? And giving us options, I'm not going to lie to you. It's been more appealing for me to actually, experience this on my PC as of late. Why? Because I am someone who cares more about performance. I have always been this way. This is not something new. You have always seen me talk about performance in gaming. I've said this even at the beginning of PS5 when we first started doing breakdowns of hardware in regards to PlayStation 5. Leading up to it, I told you what you guys should get on PS5. And still to this day, you're getting what we're talking about. So this right there, what I'm saying here does not have any merit on how I feel about PlayStation as a whole. PlayStation will always be home to an extent, but make no mistake about it, there are ways now, and there will be ways now for me to experience home without the need of a box. And guess what? I'm okay with it. Here's why. All you dudes that I've seen losing your minds in regards to this, looking for any little out to try and fight this console war, looking for any little thing to twist to say that it's not happening, it won't happen, Sony cares about this, that, and the third. Let me explain this to you one last time, and maybe you will understand. Sony cares about hardware sales. Yes, they do care about that. But the main thing they care about is revenue and growth. They flat out told you that. Well, Hiroki Toki told you that, basically. But they clearly care more about that. And that's why they're opening their games to more platforms. And here's how it benefits you and everybody in the long run. More eyes on the game increases the chances of you getting sequels greenlit faster. More eyes on the game increases the chance of that game becoming a massive success and leading to new franchises being made. And this right here decreases the chances and the odds of you getting the same game that you've already played 3 times at this point, getting full remakes and remasters and flat out just thrown out there for the sake of making money. And the real reason why this is happening is because of what we said in my last video. The market has proven to you that it's not sustainable to keep putting $200+ million in each particular game and play Russian roulette in regards to how that game is going to perform in the market. That's why. People don't understand this. They immediately go, well, it's a niche game. No, it's not a niche game. The game itself, as it is, it just didn't perform the way it should have performed. Games like Returnal selling 100,000, copies, right? But yet these dudes who hype these games up in these Twitter spaces run around attacking, people who have opinion about it and all this stuff. All these dudes acting soft and acting like they care or they have any type of information with the industry. These type of dudes don't know how things work. And I keep trying to tell you guys this. There is more to it than just, you guys accepting what you're getting. No, it's more to it that's happening, and you're seeing it happen in front of you. Now, as far as the future, in terms of how PlayStation is going to go about things, I'm going to say this one last time. PlayStation will be fine. And to the dudes saying it will hurt PlayStation to put their games day and day in PC, PlayStation is a bigger, stronger, worldwide brand. Microsoft has never been a worldwide brand with the same reach as PlayStation. Microsoft had one generation where it was their breakout generation, and that was their most important generation in a sense. And guess what? They still lost that generation with the 360. Though they dominated for 90% of the generation, damn near 70, 90%, they still lost in the long run. The Xbox One was the worst generation of in their history. Now we're in a new line. Microsoft has never had the impact of PlayStation Studios. Sony has decades worth of not only influence in the market, their brand is so synonymous with pop culture. Sony will be fine with putting their games day and day on PC. And I'm telling you right now, if you look at Helldiver's success with over 700,000 people playing that concurrently, listen, I'm telling you, more games are going to follow suit. This isn't going to be service just games. It's going to go into first-party single-player games as well. You're going to see this. It's going to happen. Yes, they care about PlayStation. They will continue to push PlayStation. Why? Because PlayStation is one of the main core functions of money for PlayStation, for Sony. That's one of the main things that generates money. They're going to continue to push that, but they are also going to open it up and have different avenues for you to experience it. And I'm telling you, this whole mindset that you guys have where you think it won't be day and date, it won't be another option where you can just simply go and play it, you're wrong. It will happen. It's going to happen. That's what they're going to do, and they will embrace it. The amount of money Sony is bringing in doing this, you guys have no clue on what's going on. It's crazy. They're gonna make bank doing this. This is going to guarantee that Sony's still with us. This is going to guarantee that not only, sequels happen, this is going to guarantee that we all still win in the long run. And as far as Microsoft is concerned with this as well, I'm with Microsoft doing this too. I don't lose sleep with Sony dropping their games day in and day in on another platform. Why? Because it doesn't affect me. At the end of the day, I've always been invested in the PlayStation ecosystem. It hasn't just simply been a box. It has been the ecosystem of PlayStation. You all have been sold to an ecosystem in your own particular way. Whether you're a Nintendo fan, Xbox fan, or PlayStation fan, you have all been into those ecosystems. They have sold you into those ecosystems. You are not leaving something that you are comfortable with for something just because someone else gets to play something. You're not going to sit here and act like you're not going to continue to stand games and fight the memes in regards to Last of Us being remakes and all this stuff, on the PlayStation side, just because someone else gets to play that same game that you quote unquote care about and you care about, the future for getting to play it on PC day and date. It's not going to hurt you at all, and you're not going to leave the platform. So many of you have actually told me multiple times in regards to this. You all have done Twitter spaces. You all have done videos of how much you despise PC gaming, how much you would never accept it. You would never go there. So you expect me to believe you're going to leave now because what? Sony and Microsoft are putting their games on PC day and date and other platforms and competitors? Of course you're not going anywhere. And that right there is what my point is. So many of you have lost so much ground that it's hilarious to me. The console war is stupid, and so many of you are too old for this as it is. Enough with it. Move on. If you really care about gaming, embrace gaming. Keyword, listen to what I'm saying. If you love gaming, embrace gaming. Embrace it. Enough with this stupid console war that clearly is not giving us what we want. If the console war was the be-all, end-all, we would have had damn Bloodborne 2 by now. We would have had Jack and Daxter. We would have had all this stuff. The reason why we don't have these games, ladies and gentlemen, and why Sony has been nickel and diming the living hell out of you for games they know will sell because of the success they had, is because you dudes are not buying the games that they're taking risks on. You're not, and Returnal is a prime example of this, and vice versa. You're not supporting the games that they want to branch out and do. You're not doing that. So guess what? They're taking those experiences. They're moving them to PC, and this will translate into day and date more releases on PC. You're going to see more of this happen, and that's it. And to the dude saying they would jeopardize PlayStation, they've done this. They've already jeopardized PlayStation by your logic, because guess what? There's already day and date releases on PlayStation with service games. So, and again, you're still a PlayStation, aren't you? So it doesn't matter if Sony does it with first-party single player on top of that. It doesn't make no sense. So many of you don't make no sense in this. It's stupid to me. So many of you are arguing stuff that doesn't need to be argued. And at the end of the day, this is Sony at the end. Sony is after your money. And you're still going to give them your money. You're still buying the headsets. You're still buying the consoles. It doesn't affect you at all. You're not going to PC at all. You keep talking about you're going to PC. Here's the funny thing. Even if you do go to PC, you know what you're still going to be buying? PlayStation games. And that's what Sony wants. And the same thing goes for Microsoft. So again, can we stop the complaining? Can we stop the bitching? Can we stop the crying? Can we get back to what gaming is? Can we actually get back to the synergy that made the community what it was today? Something actually worthwhile in terms of hyping up and talking about? Can we stop the dumbass conversations and whining and hoping for one side to leave, even though knowing damn well if one of these corporations left, you'll be paying $100 for games in 2027. But we don't want to talk about that now, do we, people? I'm just saying. I'm done arguing about this. The future is multi-platform for both platforms. They have already told you this. They care more about revenue and growth, and they will get that the way they're going to go. And guess what? You are going to benefit because you're going to get more PlayStation games in the long run instead of games that are being legit split into parts in order to make up content or try to get more content out of you than what you guys are getting. Look at what's going on with Spider-Man. All that could have been included. That's being split apart and whatnot for you guys. And that's going to be pushed out by Insomnia Games that they're going to be doing with the Venom spinoffs and all that stuff. All that stuff could have just been included into one release, and you could have more games if they would have followed this model a long time ago. Sony is a huge worldwide brand that will benefit from this. We've all talked about this numerous times. They've already opened up PlayStation VR now, the PC. It's day and date with VR now. It's going to happen. It's all going to go to PC day and date, guys. There's no arguing this. I'm tired of arguing this. I'm okay with it. I'm not losing any sleep on it, and neither should you. You're going to enjoy your games on your PlayStation, and someone else will also get to enjoy it on another platform. Those games, Sony will receive the revenue from both sides, use that to improve their first-party studios, invest more into games, and give you more sequels. Do you see how synergized this is and how easy this makes? It doesn't affect you. You will win in the long run. I promise you. You will have the games you want. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And seriously, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Enough with the crying. Seriously, enough with the complaining. Enjoy games. Seriously, enjoy games. It's not that hard, people. It's not that hard. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, for real, though. And make sure you guys hit that like button if you enjoyed. And I really appreciate you follow or you subscribe and, of course, share. Thank you guys for watching. It's your boy Big Cloud signing out. I'll see you guys on Monday.